sustainable way to health and prosperity. And before this, I know that we conducted two of the sessions in this workshop, which is based on universal human values. Am I right? Two sessions have been already
Exactly.
conducted.
Yes, please.
Yes, very nice. So today we are going to discuss about two values which are referred here as health and prosperity, which I consider as universal human values because this is required for all of us, isn't? So we all value these two things, health and prosperity. And not only we as individual human being, but even whole society value these two as asset because in sustainable development goals, which is recommended by United Nations, these two are mentioned as SDG 1, no poverty, which is connected to prosperity, and SDG 3, which is good health and well-being connected to health. So hope this topic, today's session, that will be important for all of us. This is of utmost significance for all of us as an individual as well as world society together. But before starting, let me tell you the process which earlier proposers, earlier speakers also mentioned. I hope this process will be process of self-exploration. That means everything will be proposed in form of proposal. Nothing will be in form of enforcement on you. So what does it mean when I say everything will be in form of proposal? That means you need to verify any proposal, any statement which I'm stating on your own right. And that right is your natural acceptance. So need not to assume anything which is stated from here as true or false. So verify, use your natural acceptance for verification. As and when you will ask yourself, you will get the answer. So that natural acceptance, which is available with all of us as one of the guiding factor that we are going to use here in this process. And before this session, 10 minutes before only, moderator was asking me, will it be in form of interaction? Yes, it will be. So this will be in a process of dialogue which starts between me and you to begin with, but very soon it will be converted, it will be started within your own self. So that will be success of this session. So this process will run in yourself very soon, just after sharing few slides itself. When I say natural acceptance, then what I mean to say, let me tell you. That means you are going to refer yourself with two of the questions. And these two questions will be what you are right now at present and what you really want to be. So these are two states. One, which is my desire, where I want to be. Another, where I am right now. So what I want to be, that is natural acceptance. That is main reference point we have to chase here. So this is there within, but we need to see it carefully. What does it mean? What is when I'm referring this as one of the faculty is available within you. So let us see how it will work. Say, for example, when I ask you what you want, what is naturally acceptable to you, happiness or unhappiness? Please answer if you can.
Of course, happiness, ma'am.
Take your natural acceptance will be your reference point. So please ask yourself, and you can text as well as you can answer by unmuting yourself. What is your natural acceptance? Is it happiness or unhappiness, sadness?
And
Yes, moderate.
happiness.
Yes, it is happiness. है ना? So
Of
very
course, everyone
soon,
has written happiness.
yeah, very nice, very nice. So immediately, as and when I will refer myself, This is a faculty which is going to tell me the exact answer, what I really want to be. So I really want to be happy. But what is my current status? So when I see carefully, am I happy right now? That may be yes, that may be not yes. No may also may be there in my answer, because current state that may be different from what I want. So every moment I want to be happy, but sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm not happy. When I'm not happy, that is not actually what I want to be. That's why this contradiction that creates disharmony within. That's why I am unhappy. So, because of this contradiction, I want to be happy, but I am not in that state right now. That's why I'm in trouble. That's why I wish to resolve this issue, this contradiction, which is within. Similarly, when I ask you, what do you want? Health of your body or sickness, diseased body? Is it difficult to answer? Health of the body or
Not at
diseased
all.
body?
Only the health. Everyone,
Yes.
I
So
suppose.
spontaneously, this natural acceptance is there with all of us, which is a guiding factor, which is guiding me, giving me answer as and when I refer to it. But when I see my present status, I can see sometimes I am healthy, sometimes I am not well, sometimes I am unwell too. So the present state that may be contradictory from what I naturally want to be. And we want to resolve this contradiction which is running within. I want something, but I'm not in that state right now. So that contradiction, that discrimination, that differentiation which I feel within, that I'm going to resolve. So let me take you towards to see what we all want. As you said, we all want harmonious life. We want harmony in life. And for harmonious life, we are making different programs. So let us see what we are doing for a harmonious life. Some of us consider harmonious life is to survive. And we started human civilization with a lot of efforts for survival. And then for survival, we started arranging a lot of physical facilities in form of food, in form of clothes, in form of houses. So these are physical facilities which are desirable for my survival. And I considered it very important for my harmonious life. But as and when I got physical facilities, I realized that this is not what I merely want. That is, survival is not merely what I want. And then I asked, what else I want? Then the answer came, I wish to live with happiness and prosperity. So, mere survival, that is not my natural acceptance. I wish to live with happiness and prosperity. And when this happiness and prosperity added in my need, then I realized that merely physical facility that will be not enough sufficient. That is working for survival, no doubt. But for my happiness, I need relationship. I'm a human being, and relationship that is important for my happiness. I want fulfilling relationship too. So that's why, as and when I realized I want to live with happiness and prosperity, I got that it will be fulfilled through two important aspects. One is physical facility, which is working for survival, but another relationship that been added here when I realized that I wish to live with happiness and prosperity. And I started working on relationship. And gradually, we made families. We understood what is the meaning of relationship in society. So we worked on societal relationship too. Since human civilization, we are doing this. We all are doing this. And very soon we realized that no, again, it is not very much sufficient for my happy life. Even I wish to live with continuous happiness and prosperity. not a moment even I want unhappiness in my life. And how it will be possible for that, right understanding that is required. This is felt by me. So I'm there who is feeling that merely survival that is not okay for me, that is not sufficient for me. I need happiness and prosperity and continuity. That's why understanding of relationship, understanding of requirement of physical facilities, that is too important for me, for making me fulfilling in my life. And this was discussed in first of the session, which was taken by Dr. Vanchana Singh. So I hope she discussed about three of the requirements to live in human consciousness. These requirements are physical facilities, no doubt, for which we all are working. And with physical facility, requirement of relationship and requirement of understanding. These three are in all we require. And we can see that at individual level, we need happiness and prosperity and its continuity. And collectively, when we talk about human society, we need well-being of all. And that is possible only when every human being is happy and prosperous in continuity. But what is present concern, which we can see here and there in India as well as in abroad, when we see individual, we see that poverty is being faced by individual. Inequality, that is one of the issue. Variety of rivalries are there in relationship. And similarly, when we proceed towards family, society, and nature, we can easily observe variety of problems in form of family disputes, divorce, and then after at the level of society, war, terrorism, and in nature also, various ups and downs are there. Hope you are noticing all these concerns which are emerging day by day. Although we are seeking for happiness and prosperity and continuity, but the challenge is that at every level, there are a lot of concerns. Now, let me ask, are we making efforts with clarity of harmonious life for it, what it is? And that's why we are working for harmony in life. Are we making effort to resolve the root causes of these problems, these concerns? Or we are just trying to get rid of these symptoms? It is important to explore. For example, let me tell you, there are three approaches which are very common when we deal various problems, various issues in our daily life. One approach is there are problems. I'm observing the problem and I'm seeing the problem. I'm thinking about the problem. So problem centric problem solving. Problem is there. I'm thinking about problem and I'm trying to making it solve somehow. So that is temporary redressal I'm searching for. Another approach may be I'm talking about good things, I'm thinking good, but I'm engaged in temporarily solving the problem, patching the issues. Another approach that may be about which we are going to discuss today, that is, I know the solution. My approach is solution centric. I know or I wish to know the solution. And then I'm going to make efforts for solution too. So solution centric, solution effort. That will be my objective. That will be my way of living. So we can see where we are right now. We are seeing the problem and we are trying to get rid from all these problems. We are thinking good, but engaged in somehow managing problems, or we are trying to understand the holistic um, view of this whole existence. And then after making efforts for seeing the problem in totality with holistic vision, and then making effort to resolve it at its root cause. So we have to see what we are doing, which approach with which we are right now. So from individual to family, then society and nature, all where issues are there, concerns are there, challenges are there. But what is my approach? Let me take you towards one of the example with which you will be able to understand. Say, for example, I feel some headache or some pain in my stomach. Now, this is some problem which I'm seeing, I'm observing as health issue. Then what I'm doing? I'm taking some pills, some medicines. Now, what do you think? Having pills or medicines, is it that now there is no problem? Or this is temporarily, I'm coming out from that pain, but still stress is there because of which headache was there. What do you think? Taking medicine that is resolving the issue, or this is merely an effort to coming out from that pain at that moment? What you say?
This is merely an effort to come out of the pain.
Yes, so we are trying, we are making this type of attempts where I'm not able to see what I really want. Actually, I don't want stress. So I want encompassing holistic solution so that that stress will not be there. But what we are doing, we are just seeing the symptoms, that headache, that pain, which I'm feeling, that stomach pain, which is because of my some wrong decision. Because I had taken something which is not good for my stomach, which is not good for my digestion. But that I'm not able to see now. I received this symptom, this pain, and I treated it with some medicine. So it is going to help me for a moment, for that moment, but this is not permanent solution. This is not resolution. So two words are there. One is temporary healing, temporary solution. Another one is resolution. That is complete solution. What we want?
The
Temporary
complete
healing or
solution,
complete solution?
the complete solution,
Complete solution. But where we are, what we are doing?
seeking temporary resolution.
Yes. So this gap is problematic. I wish to get holistic vision. I wish to know what the root cause, what is the root cause of the problem, how it will be resolved. But merely taking these pills or medicines, this is not helping me in that direction. So that's why the approach, the solution-centric approach, that includes these 4 points: clarity of all-encompassing resolution. This talks about effort for all-encompassing solution, to make all efforts to understand that resolution. And then analysis of problems in the taut light of all-encompassing holistic resolution. And then in connection to this, all these three, then we are going to make effort to get rid of root cause of the problem. So these are two approaches with which we can work. As I told you right now, because we are talking about health. So normally what we see in present situation, what happens when the approach is problem-centric, we are concerned about the health of the body. That's why we start working on various issues like early detection of problem, routine tests, etc. Because symptoms are coming, I'm noticing, I'm observing that. That's why I recommend and I go for variety of tests. And because symptoms are showing some problem in body, that's why doctor advised me medicines and treatment, and I go for that. So this is present state. But when I see what I want, what is my natural acceptance, that is actually outcome of my health of myself. So I'm able to see in myself that what actually I want, health of the body or treatment of the body. So by exploring this question within, what is actually I desire for? So answer comes, I want health of the body. And then I take care for the health of the body, which not only includes this medicine and treatment part. Before this medicine and treatment, three more steps are there, which are very much required for staying healthy as program. And once I opt these all four steps in continuity, 1, 2, 3, 4, then this will be programmed for staying healthy. So let me give you a holistic view about staying healthy. For staying healthy, very first requirement is to have a proper intake, which we all know, which we all say, yes, it is important to, make a good intake for a healthy body. And what intake includes? This includes air, water, sunlight, food, all. This is not only food. This is not only water. So this is including all air, water, food, as well as light. So please ask yourself, are we taking all care while taking anything in form of air, in form of water, or we are just making all attempts to take healthy diet on the name of some good intake? So a lot of placement for a very good diet that is there in our daily routine. But when we understand, we are very much clear, we can see it very clearly that while intake, we are taking water, air, as well as food. So all these are required to be pure and timely intake also. So am I able to see what to have for nurturing my body? Which type of intake that will be good for the health of the body? Am I clear for this? So this is important to understand. For nurturing of the body, when I see, where then I can see easily that any of the food which is properly ingestible and then properly digestible and then properly excretable. These three criteria are there for considering any intake is a worthy intake. But am I able to see it before I'm going to take any food, any water, any air? Huh? So it is very important to see. I have three types, four types, many types of choices in form of food. But am I able to see which type of food is easily digestible, easily excretable, easily ingestible? So it is important to see. And similarly, while taking that food, am I able to see or am I able to decide what time this food has to be taken? What is the time for my going to sleep as well as for waking up? Or in due course of time, we are compromising. At any time we can wake up, at any time we can sleep because a lot of work that is there. And what type of work? Where there is no labor. What do you think? Is this labor required for a healthy body or not?
Yes, it is required.
It is required. But you see, present lifestyle, how much percentage of labor is there at present? The jobs which we are performing, with which we are engaged today, is are these jobs labor oriented or just we are sitting on table and chair, and we are performing some task? Yes, tasks are being performed, but body is gradually being deteriorated. And in compensation, what we are doing, we are going to opt exercises. This labor is natural, but exercise, this is man-made management. This is crisis management exercise. In labor, what happens? We do some effort with nature, and in turn, we get some product also. That product in form of physical facilities. So that is labor. But in present circumstances, we demean this labor and we overplace this exercise. We opted gym where we are putting a lot of effort, but nothing is being produced. See, what is the direction of our lifestyle? Which was easy with nature, in natural way, we opted an artificial but more problematic way. So we can see it. If we can see this program step by step, easily we can see that merely taking care of intake and routine, as well as involving some labor in our lifestyle, the body remains healthy. In case if some exercises are required, we can make it, we can do. If there is trouble in making labor in present um, uh, way of lifestyle, so we can go for exercise, but we should realize, we should see that this is some crisis management. And that's why in coming generation, we should tell that this is crisis management we are dealing with, but labor is important, that is more natural, that is making naturally our body ready, healthy. If there is problem still in absence of some reluctancy at the point number 1 and 2, then we can go for some postures for regulating internal and external body organs and with regulated breathing. But you see how much careful we are while making our body straight when we are sitting, when we are standing. Is that straight position which we usually opt? Because that straight position, that is helping me to ensure maximum oxygen to the brain. But reluctantly, we sit in the way or we stand in the way when there is some gap is there, some break is there in that normal flow of oxygen up to brain. Similarly, our breathing, that is also because I'm putting a lot of effort to complete my regular task. And in completing that task, I'm avoiding my deep breathing. I normally do it in form of some rituals. So when I sit in some meditation, I will breathe deeply. But normally the breathing is very shallow. So it is important to see how much aware we are while making program for healthy body. And because these 3 points are being overloaded, that's why we are forced to opt medicines as well as treatment, which are here in this proposed program. They are on the fourth number in terms of medicine and treatment. But we start from here, from medicine and treatment. So eat anything, live as you wish to live, avoid labor, go for exercise when and where required, need not to bother for breathing, and need not to bother for postures. But yes, medicines are there, treatments are there, and a lot of developments are there being done in today's developmental scenario. So a lot of development is there in terms of medicines, in terms of hospitals, in terms of medical sciences, doctors, nurses. A lot of development is there in terms of variety of instruments which we are using for treatment. But will it be sufficient? Only medicine and treatment, will it be sufficient for health? Or it is programmed for treatment? Now again, it is important to ask, what is natural acceptance? Health or treatment? What is natural acceptance? Is it health or treatment? What you say?
Health.
It is health. So for health, this is proposed program 1, 2, 3, and 4. But if it is treatment, then yes, you are free to go with this fourth one, medicine and treatment. So it is important to see the direction from where we are going to start with. Am I aware what is the right program for making my body healthy, or I'm managing somehow with medicines and treatment? This is important to see. So with means for health, up to here, I wish to talk about. If anything in connection to health, please ask, and then after I'll proceed for prosperity part. Any question related to health? Let me ask, from how many countries participants are here?
Ma'am, we have participants from India, Pakistan, and African countries mostly, and
Okay.
mostly from African countries and India and Pakistan. And Dr. Nikki Dipena is
Italy,
in
UK.
Italy
Okay,
and
nice.
United Nations.
Very nice,
Sorry,
very nice.
United Kingdom.
United Kingdom. Okay. So
Right.
nice meeting here, everyone. So please explore within and tell me if there is any question in connection to health, which is natural acceptance, and the present status where we are. That is when we are indulged, we are completely involved in medicine and treatment for our body.
Ma'am, nowadays, whatever we eat, it is not pure because we get adulterated fruits and vegetables. So, though we think that we are eating healthy stuff, but they are not healthy. So, we don't get organic things all the time. So, this is
Very nice.
also one of the reason that
One of the
though
concern,
we
this is
think
one
that
of the
we are eating
concern.
healthy, but it is not healthy, and we develop sometime weakness, lackness, like iron deficiency, calcium deficiency.
Very
So
nice. Nice. So this one of the physical facility which is of utmost requirement for my body, how much I am aware to produce it. Means for production of the food, how many of us are going to be involved? This farming profession, this we considered as of very low stature. That's why no one is going to opt this. है ना? So this is important to see. If I see that something is important for nourishing my body, why can't I produce it? Why can't I guide my own son or my own wards to produce, to work in farms? Because I considered it as low standard work. So it is important to see the person who is producing, I'm not in state of seeing him or her with feeling of relationship. So when I am opting any profession, any job for physical facility, I'm demeaning this farming. And the person who is taking care of this farming, I'm not feeling related to that person. That's why it is important to understand. I have to work for physical facility, but what type of physical facility I wish to get and how it will be produced. The person who is producing, am I feeling related to him? If these are all are not my concern, then obviously merely living in animal consciousness that is working for physical facility, we are not going to opt farming. We are opting higher jobs, higher professions, and farmers, those who are because of some pressure, they are opting that farming. So they are also not feeling connected with the profession. And that's why we are not getting that proper food, that proper grains, quality grains. They are also involved, indulged in profit making. That's it. And that's what we are also doing, isn't?
Yes.
So that's why it is important to see if intake is important for me, I have to be involved for nurturing my body, for making produce to nurture my body. So that is required to opt in lifestyle as and when I'm seeking for job, even as and when I'm orienting my students, my own wards, that this is something which is very important in terms of physical facility. So I need to work on it.
So you mean to say that we have to be involved in the production as well?
That's my requirement. That's why I need to involve. But very
But
important is if I'm involved with some force, I will not be happy doing that. So let me
so
see
that's fine.
within.
Seeing the today's the lifestyle and the work culture, is it possible for everybody? Rather, most of the people won't be able to join this.
Yeah. So who made this work culture?
Of course, we ourselves
Opted now.
and the changing
So
lifestyles
that's
and the
why,
fast life.
because while opting, health was not priority. Profit
Right,
orientation, money making was priority. That's why the present lifestyle is.
right.
That's why it is very important to see on the basis of natural acceptance what I truly want. Is it health or is it more money for treating my body?
Health, of course.
Yeah, that's why this program is suggested program, proposed program for staying healthy. Here, the involvement of medicine and treatment that is in last, that is required in very less amount. So if I take good food, nurturing food, nutritious food, I perform for making air, water healthy, then obviously, and I work on my routine lifestyle, my waking time, my sleeping time, labor involvement, in regular course, exercise as alternative of labor, that is okay. If no alternative, if no option is there for labor, then I'm taking care of my postures as well as regular breathing. Then hardly it will be required to put in some money or effort for medicine and treatment, because these starting 3 points are enough sufficient for staying healthy. This red and black one, these two, this fourth one, medicine and treatment, this is only emergency treatment where we are currently, because we are trapped. There is no holistic education which is guiding me about uh, starting 3 points. That's why I'm indulged here. I'm making all my attempts here for medicine and treatment. That's why this education, this universal human values, this is important to understand what actually I want and where I am, and to resolve this contradiction. Okay, so let me take you towards second part of this session. So in second session, I'm referring where Mishra ji, Dr. Mishra had taken that session. Probably he must be talking about human as an individual, the reality of human, harmony in individual. And there he must be telling about this two realities coexisting together in form of human being. So have you discussed this also with him?
Yes, we did
Yeah.
in the last
So
session,
yeah, very nice. So in second session, in previous session, so it
in the
was
previous session. Yes.
discussed that two realities coexisting together. One we are referring here as self, you can call it mind also. Another, that is body. Requirement of these two realities are very much different. Self needs feelings in terms of happiness and prosperity. And these feelings we need in continuity. Even for a fraction of second, we don't want to discontinue these feelings. Whereas body, which is by its nature temporary, it is materialistic. That's why the need of body is all materialistic thing. Food, clothes, house, vehicle, instruments, all. And these physical facilities, these materialistic things, these are required temporarily, not in continuity. So food we require when we are hungry. Water we require only when we are thirsty. So nothing in form of physical facility that is required in continuity. And in form of self's need, everything is continuous. This was discussed in last session. Now, let me tell you, in self or in me, there is one feeling which we refer as self-regulation. Self-regulation, this is not in pressure, but this is seeing my responsibility, feeling my responsibility towards my body, which is my instrument. So similarly, as I'm taking care of any of the instrument, my car, my mobile phone, similarly, that way I'm going to take care of my body too. And what will be that care? That will be, I'll take all care for nurturing my body, for protecting it, and for rightly utilizing it. Because this is my body, that's why I can take decision for it. And with this decision of nurturing, protecting, and rightly utilizing of my body, the body will remain healthy. So for health of the body, I am deciding something within first. That is that decision, that feeling that we refer as self-regulation. So with the self-regulation, body remains healthy. And for health, there are two parameters which one should know, one should understand. So for being healthy, number one aspect is what I am willing for, body is acting as per I. So when I'm saying that please stand up, body is standing. When I'm commanding it, asking it to sit, it is sitting. So body is acting as per I. Because I'm taking decision, there is no decision in body. And all the body parts are in harmony, in an orderly system. Now, these two aspects are important for making my body healthy. If there is disharmony in any part of the body is unhealthy. And similarly, if I'm commanding something, but body is not in state of accomplishing that, executing that, then also body is not healthy. So what do you think? Is this proposal of health, that is body is acting as per I, what I wish, body is executing that, and all the parts of body are in harmony. If these two aspects are being fulfilled, body is healthy. Is it okay for everyone?
Right.
Yes. Now, please tell me, out of these two, from where one should start? Should I start from two or should I start from one? For which aspect one should actually work on?
Everybody answer, please.
Yes, anyone can answer. So body is acting as per I. This is important to focus, or all body parts are in harmony.
And body acts according to I.
Very nice, Shamnaz ji. Because if you see, all the body parts are in harmony naturally. Need not to make any effort for that. All the bones are properly jointed, that is by virtue of nature. All the systems, either it is respiratory system, excretory system, digestive system, it is happening all by itself by virtue of nature. We are doing nothing for it. So second point, that is taken care by nature itself. What we need to do, we need to work on this one. That is body is acting as per I. What I want nurturing of the body. Then there is no case when body is taking any decision. I'm going to take decision for nurturing. I'm going to take decision for protection. I'm going to take decision for right utilization of the body. I'm not going to abuse anyone. I'm not going to harm anyone. So this is my regulation within. And body is only executing my command. There is no decision making in body. And when I ask for nurturing, for protection, and for right utilization, what is needed, then I get the answer. Then physical facilities are required for nurturing. We require food for nurturing. We require clothes and shelter for protection. We require variety of instruments and vehicles for right utilization of body. So if you want to move from one place to another place and my legs are not in state of covering that much distance, I will use car. if I wish to talk, interact with you all around the world, the people around the world, and my voice is not able to reach in that part, I'm going to use this instrument, which is called as this laptop or through Zoom link. So for right utilization of my body, I'm using instrument. So this is my decision making. I'm not going to misuse it. So laptop is not taking any decision. I'm going to take decision of using it rightly or misusing it. Similarly, food and clothes are not taking any decision. Any facility, any temporary thing that is not taking any decision. I'm taking decision, and when I am very much clear, when I am self-regulated in my own, that I need to nurture, I need to protect, I need to rightly utilize, I can decide what to have as cloth, how much to have as clothes, as shelter, and what instruments that will be required for me. And let me ask, if I'm able to see for nurturing, I need food, then will it be limited or unlimited? For nurturing,
It will be limited.
it will be limited. When I go for taste, it becomes unlimited, isn't?
Right.
When I ask for protection, how much clothes will be desirable? Limited in numbers or unlimited in numbers?
Anybody? Limited? I say limited.
Yeah, it will be limited. But when I'm taking it as my respect, as what others will say, if I'll use same cloth again and again, then it becomes unlimited in number. So for protection, I need limited clothes, limited shelter. For right utilization, I need limited instruments. And when I can see that all the requirements in terms of physical facility that is required in limited quantity, then I can see and I can say that physical facility is required for nurturing, protection, and right utilization of body that is limited in time. And this way, I can connect with the feeling of prosperity. Prosperity, which is a natural desire, which is a natural acceptance. Let me define it right now. So prosperity is defined, this is a proposal for prosperity, the feeling of having or producing more than required physical facility. So how much is required? That is limited. That means how much we have to produce, that will be limited. When it will be produced in limited quantity, then there will be no harm to environment even. And this way, health of the environment that becomes connected with
But
prosperity.
one thing that is there that even Dr. Priya Soni Khare has mentioned that there
Yeah,
is something called as desire and
yeah,
which is very unlimited.
yeah. That's why we wish to see desire in connection to self or need in connection to body. Are we able to differentiate between these two? So if I will make some mistake in this connection, what is in between self and the body? So need or desire of the self is respect. Need of the self, desire of the self is taste, है ना? But the body's need, which is going to be fulfilled by physical facility in form of clothes, in form of food, that is limited. So because you are willing for tasty food, you are making it unlimited. So you have to differentiate between these two desires of self as well as body.
Right.
So let me say for prosperity, two aspects are required to know. One, identification of required physical facility with right understanding and ensuring or availability or production of more than required physical facility. Again, with right skills. So there are two things. Now, again, let me ask, what will be priority? Identification of required physical facility or producing or making available more than required physical facility? What will be first?
Making available anyhow, even if they
Without
produce or
identification, without identification, how much will be sufficient to produce? How it will be decided? This we are doing. We are making a lot of production nowadays, but are we prosperous too? Prosperity means now we have more than sufficient. But unless and until this more than, that is not estimated, that is not assessed, that is not identified, is it possible to see myself as prosperous? What you say?
No.
Yeah. So this is basic gap, basic mistake what we all are doing. Although we can identify our requirement, this is limited and this can be identified. But because of a gap in education system, there is no work on this identification of required physical facility. And we are educating, we are training, and we are making our students trained, orienting our students for ensuring more and more production. Will that production will not be sufficient at any moment until or unless this requirement is not identified. So that we want to explore. So before producing or before making it available more than, it is required, it is very much important to assess how much is required. And that one can assess. And what will be outcome? A prosperous person always think of right utilization and nurturing other, whereas a deprived person, the person will be involved in accumulating more and more and exploiting other. See where we are right now. So our natural acceptance is to be a prosperous person who is thinking for rightly utilizing the physical facilities and nurturing others with feeling of relationship. This thinking, this thought even makes me happy, makes me fulfilled. But where we are in crisis of resources, we are feeling deprived in terms of resources, and that's why we are trying to accumulate more and more. And in that accumulation process where we are indulged, we simultaneously we are exploiting others. We are making others in crisis in terms of resources because we don't feel connected with others. So that's why it is very important for us from this universal human values, this education, that one should know about physical facility, yes, no doubt, about relationship, and about understanding of relationship and physical facility. So the desirable sequence will be understanding as first priority, and then after, with that understanding, dealing of relationship with all feelings, and with that understanding itself, requirement, assessment of that requirement in terms of physical facility, and ensuring more than that physical facility. So this is what I wish to discuss with you all. If any question or any reflection, you are most welcome. Although time is too short to discuss
So
these
if
two.
there's anyone wishes to ask any questions, you are free to do so. Please go ahead. Anybody wishes
Ma'am,
to ask any question?
I have a question. Ma'am, you were talking about rights understanding in the beginning, and in the contemporary time, there is a lack of right understanding, even in the family also, among siblings. Two
Yes,
matlab siblings in the same family also develop different attitude and um, behavior ideology. So why means if brother sister are there in a family, and they have been brought up in the same ideology, same values, then why there is so much of difference?
yeah. So very nice question, Shimnazji. Even for this, we are making all our attempts for this universal human values to reach everywhere with everyone. Because this universal human values, this is talking something which is important for any one of us. And this relationship which you are referring, this is universal thing which we all want. But there is no education in mainstream nowadays which can help us in this direction to understand this relationship. That's why we are experiencing variety of disputes at the level of family, although we don't want it. So this education, this value education, even many of the decision-making bodies in India like AICT and UGC, they decided to implement this education, universal human values, in every college, at every institute, so that one may be aware about this right understanding, which is different from understanding. See, understanding may vary, but right understanding is something common, something universal, something significant for every one of us. So there will be no difference in this right understanding. Right understanding, that is something which is in form of harmony, which we need to understand. This harmony, this is in all spheres of life where we all are living. So starting from individual, we understood here, we discussed in last session that as an individual, this is harmony. In terms of understanding of individual, we got that there are two realities, self and body. Self is conscious, self is taking decision. And for body's health, self will take decision to make the body healthy and to feel prosperous. Similarly, for family also, self is taking decision. And that's why for self, it is very much important to be clear about all the feelings with which we are going to interact in family. These feelings are definite in numbers as well as in absoluteness. So these feelings are something absolute. Trust, respect, affection, care, guidance. There are 9 feelings we generally talk in various sessions afterwards. So maybe in next few sessions, we will discuss about harmony in family
So
and we
there's
will,
someone by the name of screen name of Infinix. He was
yeah,
raised
there is one
a
hand
hand.
raised. Yes, yes. You are most welcome. So Shemnazji, in next few sessions, we will, when we will get the opportunity to conduct, we will discuss about right understanding in family through various
And we'll
feelings.
do level 2 also, maybe in December, last week of December or in January.
Yeah, and it's appreciable that you conducted this session, maybe for 4 sessions only right now, but it is very, very appreciable decision making so that we can share it with all the participants worldwide. G.
Actually,
So one,
there are two, three more training session going on in our organization. So that is why I kept only 4 session. Next time we can keep more.
sure, sure, it should be because this is very much important. This is fundamental things which we are discussing here. Yeah,
Exactly. So anybody else here who wishes to ask any question to Dr. Upasana Mishra?
yeah,
Any
one
queries,
hand
any
is
questions?
raised here
In
with
There's one
this.
filing,
hand.
Are you
Somebody raised
getting?
a hand, but
Are you getting me?
yeah. Please continue.
Yeah, please go
Introduce
ahead.
yourself and please continue.
Yes. I want to ask a question saying that
Please,
I are you getting me?
Yeah, please speak.
please.
Yes, I am calling from Cameroon. My question is
From where? Pardon?
I said I'm calling
Cameroon. He's in Cameroon.
Okay.
from
Okay.
Cameroon. Yes, the Reverend Boo Livingston, I'm asking Cameroon. My
Okay.
question is if we are seeking for prosperity and happiness and you find yourself in a community infested with corruption, repression, and intimidation for what we think it is right. What do we do to find ourselves to preach peace in this type of a community? That's the question I want to ask.
Very genuine concern you expressed here. I appreciate this concern, but I wish to respond you in the manner that yes, of course, at the level of society, so many issues are there, which you are mentioning in form of corruption and this and that, you know. But anything, any correction that will start from an individual, because society is nothing but collection of families, which is in turn collection of individual. So once an individual becomes ready, society ready, then only he or she will be able to perform nicely, harmoniously in society. At present, in present education system, there is a gap which we all experiencing. An individual is not being society ready. And when he or she is interacting with society, he is not in state of deciding right for society. That's why so many challenges are there in society. So my submission is we can start from understanding an individual, which is coexistence of self and body, and how self is deciding factor. What is the phenomena? What is the mechanism of self while decision making? That one should understand. And then after we can go for dealing various issues which you mentioned here, which are prevailing at the level of society right now.
Yes, I am saying so because we find ourselves in a privileged situation where we are at a crossroad for violence and things like that because of election rigging, which they want to deprive somebody whom the people voted. The people came out in their number to vote for, but the machinery in place want to rig their elections to give victory to the person they did not vote for. And they are calling us to preach peace, to talk about peace. Meanwhile, you know that what is happening is not what the people expected. How can I be going out to talk about peace when the root cause of that problem which is coming up has not been resolved?
That's why educational institutions are desirable to step forward in this direction. And even an educational institutions, since childhood of any human being, it should come forward for holistic education. Otherwise, when once a plant, a seed becomes tree, it will be very difficult to cut the branches of grown trees. So it will be easy to nurture seed at the base. That's why that will be starting point, what I observe, what I realize. But your concern is very genuine. Even I
Yes, because I cannot be seeing justice and they're asking me to preach peace as a pastor, and I see the growing rate of injustice going on. That is causing the country to divide, and they're asking me to preach peace. What peace do I what peace do I preach?
we all need to understand justice. That's why. And this is
Yeah,
important to educate everyone with the aspect of justice. Otherwise,
yes,
yeah,
because
otherwise this
we want to,
injustice will be.
yeah, doctor, we are trying to say that justice cannot go, peace cannot go without justice. And this is the justice we are struggling to fight off, we are trying to look and to fight about. And now this is the situation. What do we do?
So let's be in harmony first. Let's be ourselves in harmony first. And then after we will work, definitely we will work for societal harmony also. My best wishes are there with you.
That's
Okay, so
exactly
we
what we're
have
trying to say. Okay.
Because time is too short, we will
we
discuss
have
later
five
in
more
another
minutes. We have
session.
5 more minutes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
anybody who wishes to ask any question, please ask quickly. We'll be
Thank you
yeah.
winding
so
up
much.
in another five
No,
minutes
no, no.
exactly.
This I am asking doctor this question because I am on a crossroad where they are asking us to preach
The
peace,
podcast
to talk
time
about
is
peace.
22, ma'am.
Meanwhile, we are struggling to fight against injustice, corruption, and rigging. That's what I'm trying to say. What do I do?
I know, I can experience, I can feel your suffering, but again, I'll tell you that starting point is a promising individual. And for preparing an individual with right understanding, this is responsibility of us as teachers, school and colleges as institutions. So that we are doing. We started working on it and very much hopeful that very soon we will get a healthy society, a desirable society for which I and you are dreaming.
Okay, Dimple Sharma, You want to ask something you have written in the chat you want to ask? Please go ahead, Dimple Sharma. I think
Yes,
Dimple is not.
Dimple ji.
Please unmute yourself and ask your question. Dimple Sharma. Okay, let me unmute you here. I'll try to unmute you.
Yeah. Yes, now I am able to
Here
unmute.
you are.
Yeah,
Okay.
now you
Please
are
go ahead.
audible.
You can even switch on
Yes,
your camera
ma'am.
as well if you want to, if you're able to.
It's okay. I just want to ask ma'am, like she has talked about the gap between education system. So I just want to know what is exactly stopping the educational institutions in like fully introducing human values as a main subject in schools, because like we don't see taking this as a full-fledged subject in schools, which is very much required. Other subjects like we are teaching to students in, like we are making them engineers, doctors, but after when they are graduated, when they are ready for the society, they lack human values, because that was very much required, that was the basic requirement. So that has not been implemented, like it's been so long that this has been, like we can say, not given full attention by the educational institutions or the people who are responsible for the curriculum or other things. So what is exactly stopping them?
No one is stopping. This is our own conditionings only, those who are stopping. So if we are now in state of deciding that this is something worth doing, then we will step forward. And all around the system is supporting. But unless and until we don't want to listen something, no one can help us. So main thing is we should welcome. One should start welcoming these things. Leave it, whatever gaps were there in past, but now any of the system, any educational agency or guiding agencies, organizations are supporting, and they are stating it as one of the important aspects for education, for streamlined education. So the gap happened in past, let it be like that only, but now please welcome this education and try to understand in its depth. It was there in tradition, but meanwhile, in due course of time, because of this or that reason, we overplaced physical facilities and we were involved thoroughly, accumulating more and more, assuming that this is going to make me happy as well as prosperous. So, accumulation of wealth and prosperity is the same. This is required to be explored in education system, and that is happening nowadays. So we are fortunate that we are getting these types of education nowadays, which was being missed in between for a time period, say, for example, for a few years. But now it is there. And we all are there to help each other, to handhold. Ji.
So, anyways, Dr. Asna Mishra, ma'am, I thank you so much. I thank you all of those who joined us, Dr.
Thank-
Shaminaz and Dr. Nikki Dipina, for this wonderful course on human values and professional ethics and the universal human values, the level 3, the week 3 of this program. It was an interesting session. So I thank you all, and I hope to see you all in the next session as well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much from my side too. Thank you. Should I stop now?
Dr. Mishra, Dr.
Ji.
Mishra, you can hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wonderful.
Welcome.
This is Dr. Nikki Dipina. I just want to say thank you so much. Really, it's been a most inspiring session. And I have learned a great deal from you in this past hour. Very insightful. So thank you so much from Global Peace Let Talk. I only have one request, and that is we hope that you will come back and do another presentation for us. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much. Thank you.
Always welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you listening that the session was fulfilling for you all. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I
So our
also
next
want
Thank
to
you.
say thank you. Sorry, I just want to say thank you, Goa.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're always such a gift for all of us. Dr. Shamanas, This was your plan, and it's been incredibly successful, and we've learned a lot. So,
Thank you.
Dr.
Would you like
Shahnaz,
to announce next
thank
session?
you.
The next session is on next Saturday, and this session will be moderated by our own GPLT admin team, Nuzhat Mustafa and Gaurav sir. He's present here. He will be the speaker, and he will be speaking on role of education in shaping human. So
Thank you.
hope our last session will be attended by all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Nikki, and thank you, everyone. Thanks a
Thank
lot
you,
for joining
Swapna
us.
ma'am. Wonderful speech.
Thank you, Shemnazi. Thank you for
I
giving
think-
me opportunity. Thank you.
So we're
And
closing
we'll
this
do
meeting now.
more sessions. Ma'am, level 2, we will have more session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Anybody
you,
who
everyone.
has not filled the attendance form, it is there in the chat box. We have posted it again and again. Please do fill it. Afterwards, don't complain about attendance because we have posted it 5 or 6 times. So hope everyone has registered, means fill that form. If not, please fill it. It is still there. Okay, thank you, everyone. And
Thank you,
Gohar
bye.
sir, very nicely moderated.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Nuzhat.
Thank you, everyone.